what I really try and think about is how can we compete to win, both on a daily basis and then at the end of the year. Try and get better a little bit myself and get the team better.
Like, resiliency, like it's bad, good, good, bad. I just think they know how to just stay calm and just keep going and trying to keep work. I think that's a big thing.
Honestly, when I looked up the Fukui Blowins, with Coach Mu having been here and a few of my former teammates, so I was excited about the opportunity to reconnect there. But when my wife and I started researching about Fukui, honestly, the first two things we saw was it rains a lot, but also it's the happiest prefecture in Japan. So we were intrigued by that. We liked the idea of moving outside of the big city, being a little more a part of nature, seeing mountains, seeing the ocean. So when the opportunity came, we jumped at it. It's been a great experience for my family. Even though we spent 6 years in Shibuya and it was a great 6 years, my kids are a little older now, becoming a part of where they live when they live there. It's imprinting on them, and I hope they're imprinting on the city a little bit. We have friends. Our kids are playing basketball at the Blowins school. Our kids are doing gymnastics. We've met people, gotten close with people that are even not connected to basketball necessarily. So it's been a very enriching and beautiful experience for my family, and we're very happy to be here. The B-League, even since I've gotten here, the talent has grown immensely. Both the international foreigners that have come to the league, but also the Japanese players have gotten a lot better. And, of course, every country's getting better every year and people are getting better. But like I said, when I came here, Japan was really ripe for like an explosion of the love of the game of basketball. And I think I've seen that in the talent of the Japanese players, really, and then at the same time, a huge influx of imports wanting to come to Japan and play in Japan. So really, I think the biggest thing I've seen is just the league has gotten so much better since I first came here. And, my one experience in Spain is obviously a high-level talent, domestic country in terms of the game of basketball, and it's been that way for a long time. Japan has just been such about growth and getting better, and that's been cool to witness and also to be a part of. And that's like fast, explosive growth, for this team to come from nowhere and necessarily a city or a prefecture where you think a huge fan base would be from. And now to be in arenas just 3 years later after the team was introduced, be in arenas that are over 4,000 fans almost every game, which would be one of the high marks even at the high B1 level. It shows the immense growth, the immense passion for the game, both from the players, coaches and staff, ownership, but also the city of Fukui and the people of Fukui. And like I said, it's been so fun to be a part of that. Yeah, I think the management and front office has done a really good job of melding together experienced players who have played, at very high level in Japan or other places, as well as younger guys who have a lot of room for growth. I think of guys like Mashi, Shuto, who have had tons of experience in the B-League, tons of experience winning, producing, and then guys that are still on their ascension as players. The first comes to mind is Yo Nishino, who has so much ability and talent, and he's just continuing to find out who he is as a player. And a guy like me who has certainly had a lot of experience, certainly has a lot to give on the basketball court, but I hope a lot of wisdom to share with the younger players to help them be the best player they can be. And that mix of guys I think has been very important these last couple of years. Yeah, I think one thing I really appreciate about Coach Pato is that he doesn't put a ceiling on any player. He, of course, wants to win every game, but he is very much about getting better, and each individual player getting better, and the team as a whole getting better. Like everybody has said, his attention to detail, not letting any little misstep go unnoticed is important, because little better, getting a little better every day over the course of a season gets you a lot better. They have an unrelenting competitiveness and desire to win, and a desire to be the best they can be. My mind obviously goes to Kobe. Kobe was late in his career when I played with him. His last 3 years in the NBA, he physically was not the same as he was in his prime. But first of all, anytime he was in a drill, he was trying to not only beat you, but destroy you, because he wanted to win that bad. But then also I witnessed a lot where if he couldn't do it physically, he was so mentally focused and prepared. He studied the game, watched film, studied opponents' tendencies, because it was really unrelenting in his desire for victory, even as his body was deteriorating. And that always sits with me as something that was incredibly impressive for somebody that had already accomplished so much, that still had that fire and that desire to get better. Well, this isn't the answer you want, but we have a lot of guys that have moments where they have this mentality. And it is very difficult to have this mentality always. Coach K honestly hated losing more than he enjoyed winning. Hated losing. Sometimes over the course of a long season, it's hard to have that mentality all year. But we have a lot of guys that on any given day are very competitive, and that makes practice very fun. Mateo puts us in a position, a lot of practices, where we have to compete against each other, even in little things, even in shooting drills. So he really helps to bring that out of, honestly, all of our guys at different moments. I've been playing long enough that I don't think that much about numbers or how many points or rebounds, or what I really try and think about is how can we compete to win, both on a daily basis and then at the end of the year. As the season is going now, I just try and win every single day. Try and get better a little bit myself and get the team better. It's not easy for me right now to look at the course of the whole season, my whole career, because I think that if I do that, it'll stop my momentum going forward. So if you ask me what my individual goals would be, it would just be to help make this team as good as it can be. And ultimately, I think that is to compete for a championship. And I know that's what everybody on this team wants, and I want to be a part of that.
When I first heard, I never heard of the city. So I looked it up, and just saw saw all the mountains around. I was like, it's a beautiful, beautiful countryside. Like I'm used to countryside places, you know, from Kansas, you know, not much. But I was like, yeah, like I'm excited to go out and check that out. It's fast paced, it's very fast paced, and like European basketball, it's kind of different in a way, I feel like. But I enjoy fast pace, just getting up and down, you know, because I like running and stuff like that. So I mean, they're just very different in that way. I think it's just when fans reach out, you know, and they send gifts and stuff. The messages they send, I think it's really cool to see that. I mean, they even write them in English, you know, and yeah, after the game, you know, and they share kind of their thoughts and like how excited they are to have me on the team, and thank you for the great play and stuff. I just think that like that really like makes you feel good. I think high intensity, fast paced, like high intensity defensively and offensively. That's kind of what I think. Maybe my shit. Because he shows a lot of emotion, you know, on the court. So you see, like he really. That's what I'm already a quiet guy, you know. I don't say much, you know, but I don't know. I just feel like I've seen a lot of different players, you know. I've seen like different players, you know, react in different ways, right? And I just kind of just try to put myself out there, you know, and respect everybody, respect all my teammates, you know, and I just try to lead by action. You know, maybe I don't say stuff, but I just try to do the right thing. Like, you know, resiliency, like, you know, like it's bad, good, you know what I mean? Good, bad. Like, I just think they know how to just stay calm and just keep going and trying to keep work. I think that's a big thing. I think personally, I think I try to be consistent, you know. So I think I've been doing pretty well as far as being consistent, you know. As far as team, I think we're doing pretty well as well, you know. Like I said, what we need to work on, you know. I mean, there's just little things, you know, that we need to focus on, you know, that can change a lot, you know. So it's just really keep doing what we're doing, keep working on those little things, keep playing hard, and I think we'll have a good shot.